here to bring you the action. 1xBet leading NiP's way, and we've got Overpass. I do love me some Overpass.
Well, Linus was practicing this. This is the heaven smoke that he's going to be lobbing out here. Was practicing it in the warm-up. Was keeping an eye on. So in the sky, it'll sail. And yeah, those 1xBet odds very clearly favoring NiP. Scurry up, scurry in.
Hey, and of course it's malbs, the shining beacon of hope for TeamOne. He's been kept very humble. And a 3v3 established. Once again, they armor up Device's P250, and he's still good for it. He has to do an awful lot, though, Chad. This is far from a guarantee, and XNS will have a rewarded jiggle eventually. All right, Rez. Oh, he's got so much work. A lovely goosh. Just one Glock, one bullet out of it.
Jiggle again, I dare ya.
Yeah, that's going to give him some respect. And
if he goes to A,
there's the threat of him going, right?
Yeah, he's on the way. Look at this. He's got a clear runway right here, right now. And he can even just plant over towards that bank and CT side. Both individuals, Pasadeo and XNS, are rotating up through the connector. So they're hot on his heels, just through a different avenue of pursuit.
He seems convinced that they're going to be coming from here, and now he's chipped away at another. XNS is working with nothing. They got 21 points of health between the remaining two of them, and even less now. Rez with 5 bullets left. It's all he needs for the first. Pasadeo saves their hide. And a very close attempt from Rez there. My God, it feels like he's been robbed a little bit.
Okay, well, that's a nice little pistol pick up there, considering how messy that one got over towards the B bomb site. See a lot of teams that do the 4-man B stack on the pistol. Well, they've gone malb solo with everybody else through connector. It meant that they could rotate very swiftly. Device stalled them out, but not enough. And Rez, well, the damage was good.
I can't believe he got him even lower. Yeah, after the initial goosh onto Pasadeo on short. You can see the team's reaction there. Very hard done by. And I can see Visorman now. I'm going to continue to imagine what his fantasy is.
He's the superhero of the team, I believe.
Right.
I would say that he's probably the mental coach, if I was going to hazard a guess.
I reckon he works in video.
You reckon he works in video? Yeah. There's no way.
No?
No way.
He's hanging out with too closely of a threat?
He's wearing sandals and a visor. He's definitely the mental coach.
Okay, you're right. You think he's done like yoga retreats in Machu Picchu?
No, he's keeping him relaxed, right? He's probably done a bunch of things.
Probably keeping him confident.
Yeah.
That was a key word.
Definitely for Linus. You can put the digital bullets in the correct direction.
Digital bullets, huh?
Digital, well, we don't even see the bullets, do we?
No, nothing more than a flashing light texture.
Nice little boost there. Maluki grabbing the opener here of round number 2, and I think this one is going to be difficult to claw back into. Haps' AK, not too bad over towards long. But there's a lot of players on the site here for TeamOne right now. XNS has gone around the world. He's found a lot of information. He'll be coming in to lock that door behind, but currently they could still slip down connector if they want. 45 seconds on the clock, more pressure towards A. XNS's flank is coming, and he gets one for free. Look at that.
Lovely, but they did lose malbs in the process, and it looks like plopsky's not stopping. He's taken another. Pasadeo, just on a jump, loses his head.
Have to turn around at some point here. They know XNS is coming behind, and they're not ready for it. More damage done. 2 low players. PRT strikes, and we find ourselves in a 2-on-1.
It's going to be another one of these low HP. This time the roles reversed. XNS handed a 1v2, a kitless 1v2.
The poor guy as well, like unless he reads it's going to be B, he's going to be thinking it's a bankside plant.
Oh, you're right. But he is actually heading down to the underpass, so he'll be there pretty quickly. He went for an open plant, which I imagine means Plopsky's... Can I check his position? Is he up? Playing from heaven? Yeah. Off angle at the moment adopted by Hampus. So this is the hard clear. He's done the first of the 2.
Nice reaction.
Yeah, this fake and adjustment's going to have to be perfect out of XNS. It is a plant for heaven. Plopsky.
I was calling the bluff.
Completely calls the bluff. He won't have to be able to do the same on the second. Oh, and XNS just doesn't have the time for this. Plopsky, through positioning alone, will take the round. XNS a valiant attempt, but 2 1v1s in our opening 2.
Close stuff, yeah, and I think like Hampus, he found a lot of impact towards long there. It just felt like after the opening kill for TeamOne, they were going to be able to deal with the force buy, but the stubbornness of NiP over towards A nets them some lovely entries here. You can see just how much Plopsky's getting done. The molly's great. The follow-up and the damage, oh, dearie me. Plopsky's done an awful lot in a round like this.
Yeah, you couldn't have asked for more from him, and he actually is the last man standing as well into this one, calling the bluff of XNS with low HP. 1 famous bullet was all it would have taken. So high impact already, out of the gates. NiP bite back and force TeamOne into Deagles, Scouts, Fam as they put all their chips into the center of the table. Maluki's Scout, is given exactly what he dreamed of. He doesn't get the frag, but Hampus will swallow the scout bullet.
Yeah, just going to give him the Galil. So they change over the guns right now, put the AK into the healthy member, a flash out long. Rez will peek eventually, and well, Hamps is the one to get the kill. So PRT had a couple of Deagle moments so far throughout this group stage of Pro League, will be denied for round number 3. Oh, more damage, just really chipping away here. Device has felt the brunt of that scout. He's now going to be chunked on down to around 30 HP, and XNS, the toes are spotted. Look at all this damage.
Yeah, this is really promising. A very competitive usage of that FAMAS as well by boosting him up. Door naded off. And an active reposition. I mean, he's up against AKs and Galils, so... Oh, did he get the shadow advantage? He might have just been the train. Okay. Gonna have to adjust quickly, and he has managed it very well. Takes another with him. The rest of them, bit of the walking wounded here, Chad. The scout, the Deagle, it's all promising. Even the HE from malbs now, valuable.
Device is dead here. malbs just need one shot from this in the back. Should be a sitter. And it is.
The rest falling apart as Maluki's scout again in the feed. Rez after clutch. There's too many men. And TeamOne fight back. They'll take some upgrades for their hard work, for their trials and tribulations, and now they're the ones with a firm advantage.
That's such an annoying round if you're NiP, right? Getting tagged up by the scout in multiple occasions. The Deagles, this boost right here. It's just frustrating, right? Just getting tickled on down. Eventually, the cuts become lethal, and TeamOne, well, they keep the force by wars going. NiP are buying back in. They've gone for Deagle, some HEs, a Tech 9 for Plopsky. Aggressive molly will be extinguished. So now on high alert, malbs needs to be worried about getting run on down. Stack nades in play, and Pesadeo, he's a little bit far away to cop all the damage of that. 84, he remains. So the stack nade trick doesn't profit a whole lot.
Yeah, door naded off, I believe, as well. So Plopsky's adventures in the underpass will be a little more difficult now, as vulnerable to that short aggress.
Before, when they did it with the AKs, you know, you had some big guns to bring to the table. Now it's down to these Deagles. Now, if your aim is true, you can get on in here, but it's not going to be easy shots to hit. malbs re-aggressing up long, wants to take some territory back. Just 2 smokes here.
Rez hoping for an aggress out of these 2 CTs. Maluki and malbs, though, standing vigilant. Goes for a clear and finds Rez. Nothing else to report. Maluki wants to go over his own smoke here. It's effective, and he will stick around. The rest have not chosen to unload their pistols. Eventually, he topples, but set up for success, and these armored Deagles do not last much longer. TeamOne pull ahead. Here we go.
I like that from Maluki, right? Dropping his own smoke to deal with their lurk smoke, which was giving them more control to get up towards the planter boxes on either side there or the front of sight. Able to be an annoyance, and, well, annoying again for NiP because they're going to have to swallow their pride and take a save. The 4 spies have been one on out. TeamOne reign supreme in that department. And now it's just about, can they lock this one down cleanly? You want to stop NiP from getting a plant. You want to keep as many bodies alive and kicking as you can, and a nice little nade out of malbs' hands there will take them a step in the right direction, softening them up, ready for any aggressive maneuvers. And oh, he gets 2 for his troubles.
Yeah, they do well to make that relatively costly. The MP9 bursts are chipping nicely away. That'll be enough from Maluki.
Whew.
Everyone's getting dinks handed their way. Handled eventually. God, everyone's a bit of a threat, aren't they? Even with the free pistol.
Yeah, need a bit more lethal damage out of NiP in that one, but all in all, you don't take a lot to the table. Now the AKs come out. No nade, so you won't be seeing the triple HEs to try and isolate that boost position again just yet, but they do have some molly, some smoke, some flashes. Let's see what their approach is at the gates here.
And this is your mid-map reminder, if you're not hydrated, over the mid-series, I should say. Now is a good time to grab yourself another 500 milliliters and get that down ya.
If you're feeling fancy, you know, maybe you got a jug at home, cut up some slices of lemon.
Ooh, yeah, I'm a sucker for a bit of cucumber as well, a bit of cuke.
Dear Linus, I think you might get found out here. Luckily, yeah, he's getting helped on out through the connector, so thank you very much, Plopsky. Linus gets to live, and Hampus is already in A.
Oh, Hampus. again, with these super far forward leaders on the T sides, he is ahead of the pack, and through the space he's found alone. Oh, even Linus striking on the rotator. XNS is on notice. Oh, Pesadeo was unprepared for Device in this one, yeah.
Two of them trying to deal with Linus, right?
Just call it done.
Yeah, they had to get that kill, otherwise it had nowhere for them to save. Now Device is trying to apply some more pressure here. Down through Bank, malb seems aware of this. NiP will get the round, and I don't think they need to hunt anymore. That was a great round right there, and it was all just through Hampus, right? Manufacturing that opening. malbsMd goes down. They stroll on into the site. And that one is all over.
Yeah, battle to contest that underpass as well. plopsky good for the frag. It wasn't even plopsky in the end. So you see Hampus swinging out from the underpass. malbsMd, as you discussed, a bit far forward for it.
Yeah, and right, malbsMd was on his own. They had done a 4-man B-lean in this round right here, so having to respond, Pesadeo, he didn't have any map control there, just waiting to strike from Bank. He goes down, and, well, TeamOne lose the opening gun round. That's the first gun round we've had, right? We had all those rounds played out earlier because of the force plays. That's the first full gun round for both teams, so this will be the second. And still everything TeamOne require here. AWP back out, bit of residual cash for malbsMd, the AWPer as well going forward, so keep your eyes on that. Oh, the change. He's going to get run down here. Hampus could have had that one. plopsky does find PRT in the meantime, and this time they've immediately changed it up. They've gone with an aggressive A-lean here on this defense for TeamOne.
Yeah, and malbsMd will have an opportunity to clear out this playground walk. He's been very stubborn about the line he's opted for. And with malbsMd combined with XNS elsewhere, malbs is still aggressive for the fountain. He'll have info here and Device.
Oh, not ready for this.
Not ready at all.
No
okay,
way.
malbs should have at least one booked here.
Bomb too. Thank you very much.
Anyone else? Yes, indeed. And malbs is handing out haircuts. No one is safe from his trimmer. Kalashnikov 3000.
Just trying to think, where did that kill from plopsky come in? Must have been jumping or picking over towards that B site, right? That's the only X on the little radar in the top left of your screen there. So that opening kill was great, and I felt like Hampus had the possibility to catch Pesadeo off guard, right? You saw him there pull out his molly at the wrong time, still able to get it down and get away, so crisis averted. And TeamOne immediately respond here. So if plopsky's able to get up close and personal and get that AWP, that would be nice, but I don't know how far he wants to push the issue here. 25 seconds remaining. Still this aggressive stance from Team1. One head greeted. malbs goes down. malbsMd trades, and there you have it, 5-2.
Okay, looks like we've got a competitive one out of Team1. Their CT setup's tested, and so far passing.
Yeah, they just responded immediately, right? So they did a heavy B play, then they've done a heavy A play. So I guess they're trying to keep NiP guessing as to where these stacks are. And there it is. Okay, so quite fortunate with that little spam kill right there. XNS locking one in. Now, malbs with two beautiful shots here. Yeah, this is a really good map for the skill set we've seen out of malbsMd, right? Because he's been great at finding multi-kills on the CT side with the AWP. And Overpass, it's hard to think of a better map.
Oh, in terms of fallback AWPing,
yeah,
you've literally got an entire map designed for CTs to start forward and work their way back. I mean, like, what more can an AWPer dream of? Your long fallback options are there. Your toilets fallback options, your underpass aggressions,
different
your short
boosts
aggressions, monster peaks. I mean, it is a dream. It is for malbsMd, absolutely.
So that's the thing, right? If he can continue to have like multi-kill impact in a lot of these CT rounds, TeamOne are already set up in a great position, right? We see malbs is pretty good for at least one in a lot of these rounds as well. So if TeamOne can get themselves up to 10 rounds on this CT side, there's a chance they can push NiP here. No doubt about it. Here he is again. So another angle for him to find himself in, and he strikes and he gets away, right? As long as the support network of teammates, which is malbs, right, is just covering him off, he can fall back, find another line. And then malbs strikes. Oh. It's a wombo combo.
It's perfect. M&Ms. Nothing left. It is definitely got a bit of a nutty center. Rez alone with his deagle. Call it 6, dude. This is a magnificent conversion of exactly what we were just talking about. Sending him into the underpass, and as you highlighted, the fact that malbs is just giving that peace of mind. You know, there are actually 2 Ts walking towards your flank, but I'm right there lurking in the smoke with a perfectly timed spray.
Just need to find this final kill now. Rez Last man standing. And I'm personally a bigger fan of the crispy M&Ms.
I see, I'm a nutty man myself. Yeah. But that's why they both exist.
Yeah, you can have any choice
Keep
that
us
you
happy.
want. Yeah,
you can get the mix.
Get the mix. I don't want the mix bag.
No one wants
I don't
the
want the
mix.
nut.
No.
I don't want to get surprised by a nutty one. Remember M&M minis?
I don't. But that sounds like kind of like a cereal charm kind of stuff.
Well, no, they just really were tiny M&Ms that came in like a tube, and you could kind of just like pop open the top of the tube. Yeah, basically,
like
just
Smarties.
pop over. Yeah, exactly. Pop up the tube.
Yeah, I was never allowed the blue ones growing up. Maluki looking to do some damage. Ooh, it's going to be a lot for Malbs to contend with. And if Maluki gets run down here, which he has, Linus's Glock, good for 2 rebuys.
Okay. The AWP here, the HP is not going to be a problem.
This is quick from PRT.
He could ruin the day.
Yeah, and it would be a fantastic time push if he was brave enough. XNS deals with the underpass position. And that's going to actually pull PRT away just because he's concerned that it's going to be an expected maneuver. Hamper's stubborn on this line, hoping for Pesadeo just to step a foot out of whack. He knows an AWP's fallen into T hands. And so he will adopt a passive line. It's the right call to make.
Yeah, so right now, PRT could kind of be the trap card that they have lingering. Any sound cues, any reason for him to get moving out of his hidey hole, he can come quickly behind, take Hampus out of the round. The smoke will land, but Pesadeo still has a line of sight here from Bank. Linus could walk in and get a free plant dice side any second. Clearing it out. Yeah, if he just gets the bomb down, that's the better of the 2 options right now. They don't know it. Another smoke towards the drop-down position. Bomb gets planted, and now the 2-on-3 is established.
PRT, will you use your flash for this? Time's ticking. Kits are present. He wants his teammates to be taking contact first, and Hampus is going to be loudly stampeding into the toilet, so patience prevails. The pressure now from Optimus' side, and while Linus deals with the first, time for PRT to activate. Activation is a failure, a catastrophe. This one's done. NiP are about to take a Glock round, Chad. It's falling apart for Team1. Pesadeo, no hope. And NiP, they fight back courtesy of some recovered rifles. It all falls apart to the Linus Glock.
Oh no, this is a really bad round to lose.
I mean, going for a CT aggressive maneuver on a potential eco is a risk. And you see now as to how it can spiral.
Yeah, just against the Glocks, you can't be losing those. That's
After
a nightmare.
all of their hard work, dude.
Yeah, it was looking like it could have been a really nice CT side. Now, if they course correct here and they win this one, we can forget about it. But if they lose this, just take a look at what Team1's money is going to be looking like going forward.
Bro, they're undeterred. After all of that, Malbs and Maluki continue to force the issue. It's going to be the 3-man B defense to deal with. Late boost. I mean, this could be rewarded. They're pre-aiming it. The flash from XNS has to be perfect. Let's see if their scrims has netted them a successful maneuver, and it has. The flash converted. Body dropped.
They haven't winced to A either. They're still so aggressive. Look at this. Rez, there's no way he's going to be expecting that.
Yeah, and now PRT's off angle rewarded as well. Looks like the slate can be wiped clean. Team1 keep their mental in check. Plopsky still with the capacity to ask some questions with his AK-47. Maluki loudly flanking. Yeah, Device is going to be tucked in. And if Maluki does just keep this crawl slowly, methodically, he is going to be booked. And now we could open up the world of a knife kill at the very least. Device starts off the 1v4 clutch with a knife between the shoulder blades of Maluki.
The save seems really tempting right now, but the fact you just want a Glock eco and then you get a knife kill, maybe Device has a bit of extra cash and will think about having a look for this one. So smoked off, has to go through the monster tunnel here.
Don't give it to him. Ooh, the tip of the head. Maybe just the tip of the iceberg for the 1v3. He's allowed to escape though. Aware of the potential flank, 15 seconds as he does get pushed in. Nice find. Malbs caught out on the flank and he's charging straight into Pesadeo. Oh my God, there's a world. He gets his eye to the scope, doesn't quite pull the trigger in time. Team1 posting a 7th.
Okay, wow. The fact that they're able to bounce back after the Glock eco, they didn't let the tilt get to them. They're also not relenting from these positions, right? The fact that they're staying so hyper-aggressive over towards A, they're not giving NiP any cheeky boy room, right? Normally you're going to be slowly falling back methodically, right? You go for the aggressive peek, you drop back front bathrooms, you drop back divider, you drop back all the way towards the site. Here, they're just sticking to their guns, and this is not giving NiP too many options. So down to just the pistols again, maluki.
I can't believe he's going for this against pistols. It's so brave.
Just needs to...
He could get overrun. There's no one really responsible for that party push. I say that as I see malbs, they dug in.
Oh, but Device is going to get the door swung open for him here. Yeah. Well, did they blow open the door? Did he just have his back turned to that completely?
Potentially. I mean, that rifle's still in play. Device, that extra cash you alluded to, and now the back's a turn. Device, whew, he's kept honest. I think that's a sigh of relief for all TeamOne fans there, because Device really did go unchecked.
Yeah, I'm not certain if the squeaky got blown off or not there, but the fact that if it was, maluki should never be hanging out for that long. He just got baited in by those jiggles, right? The jumps around the corner. The fact, yeah, I know you're there, just held him in play, and you can see that the door was blown off, so that's the info we're looking for. But TeamOne is really starting to run away with this. 8-3 the scores read. They've won the half. They've looked great. They've been very, very jarring for NiP to deal with. The only rounds that NiP have been able to post is the second round forced by scenario, a Linus Glock multi-kill then converted.
You're almost forced.
A rifle round.
You're almost forced to accept and acknowledge that aggressive CT maneuver. Like, you basically have to humble maluki and malbs to the point where they're back in toilets and back on site. If they keep doing that every round, anything towards B is going to be into a stack.
Yeah, so they have some problems that they need to solve right now, NiP, and you can do this with a gear shift, right? If they're playing so far forward on A and you do something a bit more pacey on trade efficiently, you know likely it's going to be either the flank or they're going to be really far away if they want to go all the way back through bank, right? So a couple of the bits of info that they can opt to wield with here. But
yeah, I mean, they tried to park res just on that ramp thing. I don't think that's sufficient. It didn't seem to be keeping either a maluki or malbs particularly caged.
Yeah, there's a Molotov that you can throw that lands at the tree near balloons, right? We see that a couple teams throw that, and that's one way to force the annoyance of malbs away. You obviously, if you want to establish long control, you're going to need to get control of playground, flash on out, at least have somebody peek the tree, at least push the guy off the planter box so that you can lock down a key section of the map here. But Threat, through a timeout, giving the boys their marching orders. And let's see if the Swedes, +1, are able to keep themselves in this. This is their map choice. I think 5 is serviceable for them. I think 10 for TeamOne is great. So 16 kills for malbs at the moment. He's having a really good game.
Good series, yeah. He was strong on nuke too.
So we're out the gate here. Deep mollies.
Well, they are coming. They are going to be looking to test malbs and maluki's aggressive orb. Tracks the one, baited the shot. He's been run down here.
Yeah, might not want to hang around for this one.
Oh, but they're baited into malbs again, Chad. And again, he's good for a pair of frags. I don't know how he's pulled that out.
That was perfect. The timing on that, just as they're rounding the corner to bloodlust after maluki, who could get lost in long, he drops a flash. Malb strikes, 2 kills and 9 rounds. Surely they're not going to drop this 3-on-5.
It's again, I mean, this time NiP came to them. They wanted to force the fight, at least just to know that it's no longer a threat, but far from it. Once again, that threat shows its head with a double. malbs is running towards 20 frags as fast as possible. 18 now under his belt, and no one from NiP has broken 10.
I feel like between the two of them, that's where the majority of their opening kills must have come in on this CT side, right? malbs and maluki. If it's not those guys finding the opening, I guess it's going to be scattered in other rounds. But
let's go. malbs might get another hit. Rez caught out. He is about to find his 20th, and no one from NiP is higher than, what, 7? Completely pounced, and that's the denial. Linus will at least shut him down, but it's still the 2v4. I think the hard work from malbs will be translated. It's Popsky and Linus working together to get the job done. That will Bob the Builder for you. Okay, maluki denied by the Flames. Has to respect that. A lot of pressure now onto Pesadeo, who has no issues. And so, Linus collapse. Conversion of 9 secured. TeamOne looking set for success here. And I'm seeing, what, high-end 3.6 for the boys of the Ninjas. This does reek of 10. Let's see it again from malbs.
Look at that flash assist there. That's what you want. Like, maluki just set you up in a big way. This one right here, perfectly timed. Head down. Finds his 3rd kill. Basically secures the round at that point. But NiP was only 2,900 loss bonus into that last one, right? Or into this one anyway. So that's why they're unable to get the full purchase out. Just some scattered pistols. Everybody's gone for something a little bit different. 2 Tech 9s, a Deagle, P250, CZ. And they're going for it. Yeah, I guess they have to, right? They're not getting anything at A. It just has to be B. One bomb site feels almost closed for business right now.
And it's a luxury. You just park malbs at Fountain and you can just stack the site. Your services are no longer required here, Maluki. Get your ass over because Monster is busy. Oh, and Rez has got busy with the CZ.
He shouldn't be getting two there.
I don't know how he's got two in the clip. 12 bullets, 2 heads popped. Pistadeo's been spotted out and over push. Not again, not a Glock, and then Tech-9 round. Oh, I suspect it might be. Requires the heroics of the previous A defenders. malbs has swung through Monster. Hampus has gone round the world on him. Getting pushed. Maluki needs them both. Rez with more. malbs incredibly tagged up as well, Chad, and his chances falling apart.
What happened? Hello.
Goes for it.
Yeah, you're not going to isolate me from this fight. Straight through the flames, straight into the fight, gets them the fourth, and the pistols seem to be NiP's best friend in this game.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how Rez does it. He's got 3 bullets left. 3 bullets left. They all rail XNS.
That is a rough one right there. And then, yeah, they just continue to be a nuisance. The fact he's gotten 3 kills out of a CZ against a buy round, that is wild. Okay.
He doesn't need a Tech-9 on the CT side, on the T side.
Okay. Well, here's the change. Device with the AWP. It strikes. Maluki found Maluki down. Trying to pick over towards B now, thinking that's where NiP might test, and they were right. More bullets through the smoke, and malbs working on a solo adventure here again. Pushed all the way up long. Has a lot of unknown entities right now. Bullets through the boards, a little bit of damage back and forth. PRT wants to get aggro.
It's a good call to make at this time. He's very vulnerable though, and yeah, Hampus will knock his head off. But a lot onto XNS's AWP, and he's got multiple targets to contend with. That's great shooting. The smoke as well to lock out the bomb. It does more than enough. Another frag out of the AWP, and they're recovered. TeamOne set for 10 here. Plopsky's low. Does eliminate the Pesadeo threat. And XNS last seen.
malbs flank.
My God, yeah, I just saw malbs flank as they focus on retrieving the bomb. malbs with a trigger discipline will eliminate another. Puts it all onto the 7 HP of Plopsky. TeamOne with the recovery. It's XNS's AWP. Sleeper OP. Oh, baited the shot. Plopsky perhaps with more to play here. Multiple targets. malbs, core, XNS has to save the day here. Plopsky looking sharp. 7 HP. The AK's a better choice. Oh, damn. XNS will finish off the party. 10 found, 4 in the round. XNS recovers Maluki's AWP and uses it to great effect.
Yeah. That was huge. The fact that was only made possible because Maluki died, right? XNS here just on the repeaks, ready for every single fight coming his way. Has time to lob in a cheeky third, and away we go. malbs had secured this, right? I know he goes down here to Plopsky, but felt like that flank was enough to, wow, condemn NiP to what can only be a 5-round haul here. What a great half.
So much info over the tip, though. Device perhaps tipping the scales. malbs falls immediately into more defensive position. He's going to pick up the AWP, and Test Long wasn't ready for it. Hampus has already swung wide, and, well, NiP have got themselves a huge leg up into this one.
Yeah, Pasadena is still rotating over towards A right now. NiP haven't decided where they want to finish just yet, allowing Hampus to lurk up long. Rez holding the bathrooms, and PRT, where you can see what's on the other side of this once upon a time door. Another one falls. PRT blind. Everybody's a bit lost right now.
Yeah, a bit of a team flash action as well. So NiP have managed to find themselves that 5th, the elusive 5th round. It's locked in. What a half, though. TeamOne competitive on the Ninja's pick. Maybe there is some more to be said about this series after all, and perhaps finally heartbreak will end for the TeamOne run.
Hey Future Pros, over on Overpass today, to show y'all a smoke I saw Furia throw to help get out of the monster position on B. To throw the smoke, get your back against the ladder. Aim where the line meets the base of the arrow. then walk forward.
Steve Device with 4, looking good on that AWP. Still turning heads, and still perhaps some newer viewers still surprised to see Device's name with the NiP jersey in play. I'm Machine, I'm joined by Chad Sponge Birchall, and I don't know if I'm allowed to get excited yet, Chad.
Excited for whom?
For the fact that we might get a Dust 2. Is that even a fact? Is that even a remote possibility?
Well, Alex, this is a very important pistol round.
Oh, you wouldn't dare.
I'd hit you with a cliche. So let's wait and see. 1x bet. Well, they're starting to believe.
Is it better than 9? It's slightly better than 9.
Slightly better than 9, and got to wait for that train to pass before they can punch their ticket. Smokes out. Maluki with one towards heaven.
Oh, the whole squad's here. NiP looking to respond in kind. A lovely divider smoke to isolate these fights, and through the grey screen they do leap. PRT's done well to catch one, and that creates the chaos they were hoping for. Maluki's lost 99 points of his health.
Flopsy got a Glock.
Yeah, and Rez is on a flank, so Maluki doesn't live much longer. A single click is all it takes, and unable to find the mark. Plopsky's head just a bit too evasive. NiP will take the pistol.
Alex, I come bearing news.
Is it good news?
It's Visor Man news.
Oh, updates on the Visor Man.
So, you know Eric Wendell? He used to work to do with well, I think he had multiple roles here, but he was doing player management for ESL for some time, Mr. Eric Wendell. He's a Swede. He's headed back to Sweden, and he now works for NiP as the Director of Team Operations. Now, he's let me know that Visor Man, his name is David McGowan. And
Mr. McGowan.
He's a rower. Now, McGowan is a very common name where I'm from, and you wouldn't believe it. He is from Perth, Western Australia.
Oh my God, that's just down the road from Dog Swamp. That's amazing.
Dog Swamp's in Perth.
Yeah, down the road.
Actually, you're right. It is just down the road.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But
shout out, you nailed it though.
Yeah.
Like, all it took was
the visor and the flip-flops. You know?
And a visor, and you knew where he was from.
He is an Australian high-performance rowing coach and a former representative rower. As a rower, he was a junior world champion, competed twice at Senior World Rowing Championships for Australia, and raced at the Athens 2004 Summer Olympics. So he is the, let me get his title correct, for the Ninjas in Pajamas. He is the, I wonder if he speaks Swedish. Let me get into the DM. Let me get the title right.
I would imagine that's probably...
His title is the Performance Director.
Okay, interesting. But like the idea of sports mindset being carried over into esports, one been flirted with for a while. I mean, there's a lot of crossovers in terms of the mental fortitude for competition. The idea of like self-belief, being a component of a team. It'd be interesting to see if we see the players reacting positively to it.
Oh, couple of nades there.
They're flying up short, Chad, and already greeting Hampus. Oh, couple of headshot. XNS
all 3
has taken off the entire site, and he may not be done. It's just Rez left. The whole round has fallen apart for the poor ninjas. What a quick response out of the boys from TeamOne. They concede the opening 2, but it seems immediately they just wanted to send a message.
XNS, you know, he's had some real moments here, up to 18 kills now. I think if you've followed along all of the TeamOne series, he's had impact with Deagles on Ecos. He's been handy for a little 1v1 here and there. He's had some multi-kills, so not doing too shabby. And this is a round that isn't going to send too many shocks down the NiP system. They dealt with the full eco. That was the FAMI, as they will forever be known. So there should be another purchase coming on through, but it's going to be similar to this one, right? Rez can drop a FAMAS. Most individuals are going to be just under that 4K mark. So with the bomb going off, this is where you wonder what type of eggs you want to put in your basket with the NiP. Do you want to put all of them in, which would constitute everybody purchasing? Look at this.
Oh, he wasn't baited by that duel with Device either. He came back for him as a third. And then his teammates just finding that last piece. So despite NiP having their pieces in the right place, they were defending the right site, that bonus did not necessarily translate.
Everyone wondering where Device's fist is going to end up there. But they have gone for the purchase here, and you can see Rez into an M4. He's dropped the FAMAS across. Device has been able to get himself a silenced M4. This is a crunch round right now for NiP.
Yeah, and a crunch round with that FAMAS. Like, you know as well as I do, Chad, when you're looking around in CT Spawn, you see 3 teammates with bloody FAMAS. I'm not saying your hopes are in the bin, but I'm just saying like that you're already balling them up ready for the bin.
Yeah, it's less of like a confident come on boys, it's more of a hopeful come on boys.
Let's just hope that they don't have head-to-head one-on-ones with us because their weapon is much better than ours.
Yeah, and you can see here for NiP, they've been able to get kits out. The util is pretty good, just skimp on device and LNZ, so let's see how far they can push the issue.
Crunch time for the Ninjas, though. Won't get many more opportunities with all of the trimmings, and this is far from that. Device on the jump peak on the edge of the smoke. PRT will be willing to fire off a warning shot, conveys that information. They're committing to this.
Yeah, it's like the pistol 4 into the B site for NiP.
Oh, and he's so blind. The trades are there. malbs keeps him honest. So now with only 3 left, Device is on the site, so is Hampus. Need to see some bullets start to connect. It is Device. Delivers only the one.
That's it.
TeamOne have taken another site by storm.
Wow, and XNS as well. He gets the opening, then he's traded, so really, really good stuff. Right, that's great. Your entry fragger on the T side can be finding into that first. Lovely.
Yeah, but if you're this close to the magical 16 and you've already proven that you can just do a B go, you can now play with your food a little bit.
Yeah, and I think here Rez is actually considering going for this, walking through Monster, maybe hoping they start to leave the site on the hunt here. Everyone's planted their feet. malbsMd knocks down the last, finds the 12th, and money now a big problem for NiP. Gonna have to take a save here. And I really do fear that their next gun round is gonna be similar as to the one that we just saw. Right? Because it's only 2,400 as the loss bonus into that next round of play. So even if they full eco here, guys, the player with the most at the moment is Hampus with 2,350. So he's only going to double his money.
Yeah.
Plus a little cheeky fiddy on the side, right? So we're going to be operating again with another NiP buy that is rifles light on util, no device CT side at all. They have to hope that they can save an AK or 2 here, and they've stacked the wrong site. TeamOne back towards the B-bomb site for one more time, one final trick, and they're already in, right? Look how far forward they are. Minute 35, mollies are perfect. There's no resistance, nobody's shooting, nobody's checking, nobody's doing anything whatsoever. NiP realize wrong gamble has been called, and now it's just about scampering to see what they can find.
I have to ask a question, Chad, that I was very surprised. I just went to look into NiP's Overpass stats, and for a map that they picked here, they're not fantastic results. The only teams they've beaten is EG and MIBR. That's a while ago, of course, pre-break. Prior to that, it's been losses everywhere. Most recent loss on LAN was the IEM Cologne loss to Liquid. But NiP, yeah, just a 33% win rate. 2 of the 4.
Yeah, I think taking Ancient away from NiP here kind of
2 of the
stumps them a little bit, right? Because if you're NiP, you don't want to be picking into Mirage if you've already seen how good TeamOne can be. So you're left with the option at that point in the veto. They were left with the choices between Vertigo, Mirage, well, sorry, not Mirage, we're saying that one's discounted. They were left with Overpass, Vertigo, or Dust 2, assuming they didn't want to pick Mirage. So, you know, Vertigo is one of those maps where, I don't know, I feel like a lot of teams aren't confident in their Vertigo, and it's one of these you pick into a mystery bag of TeamOne.
But I find that so weird, because I remember NiP's Vertigo being pretty damn consistent.
Yeah, it's just like they see, I think this was back like...
Oh, this could be an interesting time to pull it out. malbsMd, careful on the dismount.
Well. Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Device. All right. He's got the perfect weapon for it. Whips out the AUG. malbsMd's trying all the cheese ball strats in the world, going for the Hail Mary wallbangs, boosts. They know they're in touching distance here of getting their first map of Pro League. Like, don't forget, Furia, Gambit, kept them honest, kept them 0-2, admittedly, with full 30-round games at times. Now TeamOne with their greatest lead yet, and against opposition that has been trifling with the very best. They're walking into the device boost. Hampus is here, so NiP again with a perfect read and tickle of the toes.
Giving away his position now.
Yeah, and repositioning. Aggressing. They need a smoke banana if they want to profit from Hampus's position. The only smoke they have available is way down over on the B side from Linus, so yeah, it's just going to be the bullets.
They do have 4 here, though. This is a great stack from NiP.
Hampus to sniff it out. Oh, lovely. Only getting the 1, but allowed to reposition, so not too much sweat on the brow right now. Device doesn't need to activate. It's only Hampus's silenced M4. He's not going to re-swing either. XNS and malbs have done some heavy lifting here. It's not going to be easy to break with such low HP. plobsMd tucked in tight. Drops around the dice, and down goes the bomb. They're so low. malbs, you got anything more left in the tank? The answer is no. A solid denial from the Ninjas.
Oh, can they get there? Yes, they can. So Device will now get that CT-sided AWP. So that was something that they couldn't afford and would not have been able to purchase going into this next round of play. So a really good pickup there for NiP to start getting their CT-sided campaign truly underway. Remember, they got the pistol, they got the conversion against the full eco. There's the dink from heaven. And here's Hampus just being annoying, right? Hanging around, not letting them set up for that set piece, making it a man disadvantage when entering that side. And look, when Device goes down without getting anything there, if there was another fault from somebody from NiP on the bomb side, then maybe there was a chance for TeamOne. Through the molly, they do take a chunk of damage. All down in connector here, nobody watching A, right? They are expecting another one of these similar B pops, so there's a massive gap long. This is a good call. Yeah,
great conditioning after succeeding on B so much. Why not just take a little bit of a lick from the Flames to have a positional advantage? Maluki's already caught the underpass. And now Rez, previously dispatched towards the Fountain party position, has to worry about both. His head now on a swivel. XNS and malbs are going to walk into a completely uncontested side. Oh, PRT caught fumbling with his nades. The space is still theirs, though. They haven't had to throw a single nade or fire a single bullet, Chad.
This is wild. What a magnificent call from TeamOne. Linus is running into his doom. He has no idea. Linus is about to get a rude shock to the system.
Yeah, and this is not going to be a fun call to make as well to your squad.
Oh, he seems to be alert that the push is in play. How do they retake this?
Oh, it's not a retake, is it? It's such a tough nut to crack, and the angles are perfect. Does get the trade. Device just on the tail end of Linus. More towards that bank position. The bullets are good. Pesadeo kept honest.
Oh.
And it's all onto Maluki, just like that.
It's not planning for him. It's not planning.
Oh, it's not. It's kind of Dicebox side. They have to get across, though. And the first is hit. Plopsky strafes out. And NiP will retake with just the one heart left beating. That's mad. 9 found. TeamOne so close to converting on 14th.
What a call, though,
I know,
right? The conditioning on the B bomb side, the fact that they've made NiP go, oh, we have to respect this. They've just been able to stroll on in, and then the fumble. The round is in both their hands. They got a firm bloody grasp on it. How's that falling apart? It's a bankside plant. Oh, no, no.
Can you pinpoint where it all goes wrong? I mean, is it the plant itself? I mean, were they in a rush to get it down bankside? Maluki would have had that round dead to rights if he only had to peek for the defuse.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tough one, really tough. And look what it's done.
Back to B, right? And right now, NiP can go for this 4-man lean again, but they have to stand strong. Oh, when they do, Linus, the youngster, the rookie, lighten them up. 3 dead. 4th man falls. The 5th Maluki, last alive again. This time round just with a P250. And that right there is going to send echoes. Yeah, we're ready for your B hits now. They use those triple nades as the initiation, right? Normally teams will throw those triple nades and just wait and see what they get, and then they'll play around the round. When we've seen TeamOne do it, they've used it and then they've gone, right? They've gone, oh, maybe we'll rattle them a bit. Somebody's low on HP, trying to rotate somewhere. Just straight in.
Yeah, and a good one for Linus as well to be getting as the monster defender. You know, once a half, give him the multi-spray down up against those armored pistols. They were just throwing their bodies into the meat grinder. But Gap is getting a little more dramatic, as is the music. So a Perth boy.
I've just learned as well, he does not speak Swedish, but understands it.
Okay. So at least he can observe like body language and how they communicate and perceive that.
Yeah. So we're learning. Everyone's learning today. We're learning about the contributors to the team. Mr. McGowan. I think Mark McGowan was a premier we had once upon a time. Well, he might even be the premier now. Oh. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I haven't been home in a long time.
And you won't be anytime soon.
Locked out. All right, we'll be again.
I guess, yeah. Quick extinguish, and or it looks like Linus is carried on where he left off. Device with a sweep here of short. They're going for the boost. They could be catching at least one here.
This was quick.
They've got it very quick. Now, the NiP setup isn't vulnerable yet, but it won't take long until there's a shot, and he takes it just a little early. Plopsky.
Oh, a miss.
Miss from Device has enabled an equalizer.
26 for malbs now.
Yeah, he's a big reason TeamOne have 13 in the bank as it stands. Now this, inarguably, is a little loud, a little brutal.
Don't hate it, though. It's going to catch Rez by surprise.
He's going to dump his smoke and try and catch one before they collapse. They're into the site now, and Rez is fully committed. Just the util from his teammates. Malb with more. He's so consistently good for the multi, and now plopsky's rotating into a lost site.
They have to save. There's no way back in right here. NiP humbled. 14 now for TeamOne, and Malb's the miracle worker.
I'd love to see that again. How has he got 2?
He's delivering, right? He's the highest rated player for TeamOne here, and I think for most of us, we would be expecting that with the type of Counter-Strike he's been dishing out, but this is great stuff.
Like, let me do some quick maths. I think he had like 26, was it, on the first map? He was high 20s.
Yeah, 26 on Nuke.
Okay, so 26 plus, what is it now, 28? You're looking at a real runaway game out of Malb so far.
Getting him a bag and a half here. Now, basically, he's representing an entire nation. How many other Guatemalan Counter-Strike players can you say that you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's true. And Guatemala support, I'm sure, is rife for Malb. This was the miss from Device, and it's definitely not CSGO, just a bit of an overing accommodation for the swing. You can see the crouch just decelerating. That's the Malb's pair that did give them the sight and the round. All right, well, it's an intense one now. It's a competitive game. They managed to get NiP's due respect.
This is the round right now.
This is it, isn't it?
Yeah, the money situation for NiP, it's in the bin, right? They only get 1,900 as the loss bonus going forward. So that last round, that just what seemed like a disorganized A take, it was brilliant. And now really in the power position, TeamOne, don't falter here. We've had too much heartbreak with these lads.
Well, that's water control.
They're doing the boost again. Setting it up very quickly one more time, so... Ooh, Molly ready here. That's going to be close monster.
You see the indecision. Yeah, Linus is stuck between a rock and a hard place. He doesn't know where his bullets are needed.
This is great.
Hoping to cause the chaos that this boost would be rewarded. Linus smokes himself out of trouble. He would have been got down to the boost and wide open. Looks like even trade. Still the ninjas on the site.
This boost is still in play.
They're still hunting for it. Still waiting, and nothing's going to be given just yet. The smokes will fade. They're happy to pause. Oh, a slip. Now Maluki's going to have to do a lot more, and Linus's patience has been rewarded on the barrel's position. We need that trade out of PRT. He's caught Plopsky. Burn out of position. Linus good for another. He's kept it level. One into the site. It's Rez who refuses to buckle and give them the space. Device another, and there you have 11. Every single member, it felt like, of the ninjas did contribute there. It's Linus who manages to steal another, surviving as long as he did on that barrel's position. They were waiting to catch him, Chad.
What a cool little way to do this, right? So they're just going for monster control. They just want to get the canal under their remit here and allow that boost to try and profit. Just keeping their heads up, hoping, right, that one CT gets not lazy, but gets forced to have to rotate back. And then from there, they're able to pick apart the site in a bit more of an unusual manner, right? You don't see a team go for that type of a play. So cool concept there from TeamOne. Really did enjoy watching that. Unfortunate for them that it didn't pay out, and unfortunately they're back down to the pistols, but they're fast through connector and Device. He's in no man's land. Device should be down.
Oh, baby, he's still alive. He's still kicking. Somebody finish off this man, and now they can overwhelm. Spray is good for in quick succession. Just when things started to spiral out of control, Rez arrives with the mop, sweeps that problem under the rug. Nothing to be concerned about any longer.
That could have gotten so out of control.
I thought that was going to be an AK and an AWP in TeamOne's hands.
Look, I don't want to get excited about an eco spray down, but that really could have gotten out of control. If they pick up an AWP on the T side and they have the number advantage and they're allowed to work, look at them. They are just running down Device. They know that they needed to get that in their hands, and oh no.
It's perfect as well. He gets the first two, and then as they're reacting to him, Hampus has got a flash behind him. I mean, as soon as your crosshairs are facing your opposition, you lose it completely. White screen galore.
They didn't get the AWP back. It was too far away. They didn't pick up the AWP.
Oh, so Device actually has had to pay a price for that couple of eco frags.
Okay, this could have huge ramifications right now.
Well, if they can make this count, Chad, I mean, round 27's a big one here. Rez bringing a taste of the aggression we saw so successful for malbs and Maluki, and he's got their own version of it.
Oh, might stick out here, Rez. Need to be careful about this.
malb's surely going to be doing a diligent clear. Device bodyguarding nicely, and Rez is worming around. He's gone uncleared. Rez down. That's a big one from Pesadeo. And they keep pushing.
Yeah, pressure's on Device here. XNS may even want to risk going through the smoke right now. He's heard all this. The bullet's not far off. Device is on notice. He needs backup. Hampus is coming. Oh my lord!
Re-aggressing.
What's he doing?
So brave. Well, it pulls more utility out of them. If he gets away, that's an if he gets away. Yeah, he can't really leave to the site. Flash from Hampus. Oh, and PRT doesn't finish his job. He's going to take another Device. A man possessed with 3. Should have been good for 1, but 3. And now it's XNS and Maluki. Bomb loose, floating around that banana position. They actually want to kind of clear the site first. Use their bullets.
Oh, he's jumped up.
Yeah, a little bit of a walk up, but XNS just booked. Maluki crawling. Kind of hard adjustment to make. 13 for NiP. Why do I feel it happening, Chad?
Don't say it. If we don't say it, it can't come true.
Is that how it works?
I don't know. They get really nervy at the tail end of these games. TeamOne, come on now.
I just want to see them take a map.
Come on now, boys.
I can't cast them get 14 rounds against everyone.
Not like this.
The poor bastards. It's so good as well. Like, you know, like it's not like they're not for lack of trying. They've come into another map. We've seen their Mirage look promising. We're now seeing their Overpass competitive. Their nuke didn't get too far off the mark either.
Okay, well, here we go. Back to the pistols and back to the bomb site that worked.
Oh.
Let it be. About to be bounced on. Fast up. They trundle. Pressure here.
Yeah, let it be. Indeed. 14. Just a couple of frags away. Cover your eyes. It's a quick one. And so the opportunities for TeamOne will be determined in our next round of play. Will we have a resistant final round, or will they have to stomach what little they can hedge together with their max loss?
You know, part of me is like, all right, viewers at home, wipe the slate clean the last 2 rounds, right? Let's just focus in on these. But the thing is, that's not what TeamOne are going to be doing. Right, like you can tell that at this point, and just how many times they've been in a similar position, that has to be weighing on their mind, right? And you hope it isn't. You really hope that they're able to forget about these close losses, about the power positions that they've been in. But if this is just a recurring theme, if game after game you find yourself this close, it's going to crop up.
Yeah, I mean, just to think about it, you know, it was 14-6.
Oh dear.
14-6, and that gap was just slowly gotten smaller and smaller. A long run now. 6 of the last 7 rounds of play going the way of the Ninjas. But yes, a reset. Mentally, that's what you want. You want to treat this round like a brand new one. Its own little microcosm. They're leaning towards the B-bomb site, and you can see the lineups that are implying something relatively quick.
This isn't bad. There's only 3 players here in the rotation, and Rez and Device are far away. If they can crack this site, they're in. Yeah.
Oh, and Linus is eating the flash. That's a good opportunity, and XNS again. Good for the whole site. He takes 3. XNS, the entry fragger, at their most dire moment, they've pulled it off.
And they get 15. Right now, there's no way in the world Device and Rez are getting back into this here. Device is starting to have a little bit of a look, but I don't know if this is just to go for exits. That might be the agenda right now, right? You know that the money for TeamOne, it's quite low. If you can take away as many guns as possible here, they only get the round win bonus. That with what they have left over, you might be able to avoid some full buys on a few of these players. Rezzy's flirting with the idea of a kill here, but if he oversteps the mark, I'm sure XNS is more than happy to give them another kill over towards this B site. What a great couple of rounds from XNS on this T side. He gets another frag. That's twice. That is insane. The one individual, look, the teammates are there. Their bodies are on the line, but he's the guy getting all those kills. Device is down 2.
No AWP for you, sir. You'll be forced to spend all your schmeckles onto that one. You can see that there is a little light on Linus.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Rez and Device going down actually has ramifications. If one of the 2 survived, Linus could have had a rifle here.
Dude.
But poor Linus is going to have probably an MP9. He's been robbed by his teammates' greed right there. I don't know what was more important, denying TeamOne an easier buy into the next round or keeping enough money to have all 5 of your squad mates. And he's gone with the FAMAS here, so what a tough decision for Linus to have to make. That sucks.
XNS's impact on this T side cannot be understated. I mean, he really did do everything for them on these B takes. Yeah, as you said, everyone else is there, but finding it and converting it, not getting traded immediately, you're strafing into 3 Ninjas. And he took him all down. That's not for the first time either. Well, they have got themselves that map point. The elusive TeamOne first map of Pro League is theoretically 5 clicks of the mouse away. Let's see. if they can pull it across the line in regulation. They're no stranger to overtimes as well. Don't forget, they've even lost out in an OT. TeamOne, they've been close before. Is this where they buck the trend? And shake NiP to their core, conceding to a team no one else has.
NiP literally have all 5 of their players on B right now. Device and Rez, well, it's only Device right now, is just rotating back. And this was the genius call that TeamOne pulled off before, and they lost the rounds, right? They sent multiple players up long. They're doing it again. Device is the defender of A, and they've already slipped. They've already slipped to the close left along. Oh. If Device isn't ready for this is the round.
Yeah, it's about this clear. It's about this. Clear right here. Device knows there's 2, and he deals with it. He's so aware. And already it stinks of overtime. TeamOne ripped out of their plans to walk up on that contact long. Device the solo hold, and it's all they required. And of all the choices he had, he's actually opted to...
He's going to come around behind Maluki here. If he clears out to his left, he's going to be behind Maluki. Like,
this is
he's heard the scope.
Spicy, yeah.
Oh, that's the round.
Just books him.
See you later.
I'll be taking you. Pesadeo is something, knowing that Device was toilet side, does really hamper his options. He'd risk a bankside plant, perhaps 30 seconds. He doesn't know where Device is. What a threat. Hasn't need to use any of his nades, just the AWP on his back. Now multiple targets to contend with. They flash, they take a glance, nothing to report, pushing in, and that's that. Overtime acquired. We'll take a quick break. MR3, 16K to separate TeamOne and Ninjas in Pajamas. Peta with salt in the wound. You see that tweet as well?
Oh, I missed it. What did he say?
14-10 scorelines on Overpass are closed out 74% of the time.
Oh.
So surely this time another 14 for the boys of TeamOne, and then they did one better, 15. But unfortunately, it has equaled in overtime. I say unfortunately, it doesn't mean we get to see more Counter-Strike. It's been rather fun. We've had some big ones out of XNS and malbs, respectively, for TeamOne. Device has saved his boys on more than one occasion. The hero M4 it. Now he's on his AWP, and he'll be equipped with that for the full length of this. Hello, Hampus. That's aggressive.
Yeah, I think Hampus may have had enough of this.
Bloody
just sitting
hell.
and waiting over towards B. He wants to take the fight immediately to TeamOne, and that's a different start. We haven't seen that, right? It hasn't been an aggressive maneuver into an opening kill. It's been TeamOne getting away with most of these maneuvers.
Get to see that Device and Rez duo tested here. So as Device is util dumped out of toilets, Maluki looks to fill their place. Looking to set himself up. He'll hold the slither gap intermittently. He could get run down here. Oh, they catch him with his pants around his ankles. XNS was cycling through his nades. Device's AWP has also found Maluki as well, so...
Good molly.
Yeah, TeamOne, they're just running out of players, running out of places. LNZ with a real opportunity just in that blind spot. And does deliver another multi from him. Young Swede delivers.
Taking AK.
NiP need him most.
Yeah, taking AK for his trouble there as well. That's one of the prized possessions here in OT, right? Because everybody has all their money, right? Yeah, you can buy whatever you want, but I guess it's all about having that AK-47 if you can. Now, Hampus, yeah, simple stuff there, and it makes it really, really quick business out the gates. And, well, if they want to go for more aggressive maneuvers like that, now that they've seen TeamOne's playbook, I'm not going to say it's too much deeper, right? This is where NiP can just walk away with this. They've even pulled out the double AWP setup, Rez and Device into the big greens. The thing is, if you're TeamOne, you want to call just go for the B strat, right? But how many times can you expect XNS to kill everybody?
Yeah, that's a very valid question. Yeah, he's got both. The extra bonus of the overtime is upon a success in your first, you get to have a little backup rifle that Hampus will scoop on up. Rez can now opt for both. He has underpass control there. PRT's perspective makes that clear. And malbs wants to work onto this long fight. It's Hampus he'd be challenging out. How do they want to approach this? It looks like they want to just both crab walk in or boost the AWP up. Could be pretty set for a Hampus shutdown here. He's happy in that little off angle. And oh dear, just as malbs dispatched to try and hit the strafe, and Rez is there in support. It's falling apart here, Chad.
Yeah, you hate to feel that the oxygen's leaving the room right now for TeamOne, but I don't know how many more ideas they could have had. That's a great way to respond. There's 30 seconds left, so they will be thrust into one of these two bomb sites. And right now, Device and Rez, the double AWPs holding A. plopsky and Linus still locking down Monster. Linus even still has a molly for this, so 20 seconds now has to be the B finish.
These flashes from PRT are going to be everything. They better be good. Flying through the sky now. Plopsky turns. He's got full vision. The second is even better, and it only gets them the one. PRT to come up clutch. He's up against Orb, so... the Molotov costs him his life. Could have maybe done something with it. You can see the thought process, but it does result in his demise. 17 already for the CT Ninjas.
Yeah, and I think right now, if you are TeamOne, you will probably just go back to what has worked, which is the B finish, right? And if you're NiP, what's one of the things that was a problem for us on our CT side was them going for these B finishes. So let's see how both teams want to approach this final round. It would be a shame not to give at least one of them a crack. But it's hard to call yourself out of this hole. PRT and malbs tasked with the extremities as the B focus seems to be on. Smoked out. Fast in towards the water position. And Maluki taking this round here into his own hands. Up short, aggressive with the AWP, and Device is waiting.
And Hampus has already caught one from the boosted position. Maluki slowly feeds himself into the jaws of Device's AWP. And Chad, we've been here before. TeamOne conceding opening deaths. 2 to be specific, and now just that slow, methodical crunch of the remaining 3.
Yeah, where are they going to finish now? And they've siphoned through so much of their utility. One flash, a HE, and a Molotov. That's all they have to work with right now. And, oh, not another close game. You really feel like this one is NiP's to lose now. Still heading towards the B bomb site. Still 3 players stand stoic.
If they get one, Chad, their CT side was good.
Yeah.
I could see a flawless CT run.
There's no way in. There's no way in.
It's locked down. malbs, Pasadeo. You got 40 seconds. You're not going to just jump through the flames, but their chances fading fast. More utility to be deployed by the CTs. And oh, a miss from Device gives them a little window that Linus slams shut. Sometimes you have to close a door to open a window.
Dear. That's true when you're dealing with air conditioning units, guys. So you would have to open, if you're going to use a portable aircon unit, you're going to use one of those window frame jobbies. Ah, okay. Make sure you close the door.
So Tyler was talking about AC unit installation.
Yeah.
That's the reference.
But the window's still kind of closed. It's sealed, but it's, the window technically is open. Yeah. So that's what that song's about. Okay.
And now we've got to see a flawless TeamOne defense. It could be over in the next 5 frags if NiP have their way. Maluki and malbs were brilliant on their CT aggressive maneuvers, and this time they've been humbled by a flash. Hampus working on a quick project here, and does look like they've timed themselves nicely.
He single-handedly forced the aggressive A play back into the site.
What, just by existing?
Just by being noisy about that push. That was an opportunity. Plopsky, he'll take it.
Okay, a slight advantage here. Maluki's being walked on. Blind spot, blind spot. Jump does get the info and the shot. Maluki quick to the draw. A very uncomfortable duel for malbs. I can't believe he's gotten away with that. Look how low they are, Chad. It could still go wrong. Rez could ruin it all.
All right, NiP, what do you got to do? 2 on 4. The HP's low. You're not going to be able to isolate malbs. He's tucked into a very tight angle. Maluki with the AWP, I'm sure he doesn't even care what his HP is right now.
Yeah, he can stay here and just play the reaction speed test, right? He says as he leaps away for info and peeking back in, a missed shot.
Nade on the wrong player as well, so they're conceding the site. malbs will be coming behind them here with a flank, and that's beautiful.
Rez has already put bullets down range. 1 and no, 2 already. 25 seconds, that low HP. Starting to look promising. malbs on the flank, so the dice box will be his safe haven to plant. Clearing it as well. In the open, another body drop. TeamOne, you can't lose it like this.
Please, Rez.
Rez to throw the knockout blow, and there goes Pasadena. Rez, it is easy for him. A stunning finish to a brutal overpass. And a 4-man shutdown. TeamOne, I don't know how many more heartbreaks they can take. Someone get them some ice cream. Oh.